In this video, we will introduce the tort of false imprisonment. A plaintiff should prevail on a claim of false imprisonment where the defendant intentionally confined the plaintiff to an enclosed area without the plaintiff's consent, where plaintiff was aware of the confinement, and where no privilege applies to the defendant's activities. So let's say David shuts the door on Perry, and now Perry's inside a room. Even if this was a joke, it's an intentional action by David. So now Perry is inside an enclosed area against his will. The enclosed area is our room, there's only one door, and Perry can't get out through the door. Remember, Perry has to be confined, he can't get out. So a typical way you can confine someone in an enclosed area is just by locking the door, which David might do, but also keep in mind you can confine someone through, say, threats. For example, if David threatens Perry that he can't leave the room, otherwise he'll risk being hurt. So now Perry is confined to the room because he thinks he shouldn't leave. Now, the enclosed area in which plaintiff is confined can be larger than a room. If defendant confines plaintiff to an enclosed geographical area, that can still be false imprisonment, even though it's an area significantly larger than just a room. Also, plaintiff typically must know about the confinement. So if David secretly locks the door on Perry, but Perry is unaware that he's being confined in the room, that's almost certainly not false imprisonment. Now, in a successful false imprisonment claim, defendant must be acting without a privilege. Some people may have a privilege reasonably to confine people for certain periods of time. For example, under some circumstances, shopkeepers may be allowed to confine people who are reasonably suspected of stealing. To summarize, false imprisonment is a tort where defendant intentionally confines plaintiff to an enclosed area. Plaintiff must be unable to leave the area and should be aware of the confinement. One defense to false imprisonment is where defendant is acting with a privilege to confine the plaintiff.